Welcome back, guys. So far we've been able to see our form. I've done a few changes and basically UI changes. That's how the form looks like now. A basic bootstrap form that will collect information from our user. That's you want to create a new student. So you want to create a new student. That's the name and a score and a submit button. Now, we spoke about when you click on the submit button, what is supposed to happen? There's supposed to be an action, right? We want to create a route for that action. So we say when you click on that button, which link should it go to, which route should it go to, and which controller should handle that. So we come here to our uh, web.php file and we create a new route post. So when you're doing form submission, when you're sending information through a form, you use post, you don't use get. So we'll say students um, students controller class, and the method name will be store. We call it store, and then we want to give the name of this route to be students.store, right? So each time we're talking about students.store, it means that we want to create a new student. So we'll say here is we want our action. Our action, we can likely still say it /students, but then this is an old way. It's not a good way of doing things. You better still open your double curly brace. You say route. So this route name says, I want that each time this form is submitted, I should go to students.store. So students.store is the name of the route that handles the storing operations, and we have to create a store method in our students controller. Let's not forget that. So we'll say function, sorry about that, public function store, right? And let's just say echo we are storing. Yep. So if we save this, we save this and we save this, and then we refresh our browser, we'll say the name is new. Okay, let's say Martin Doe, and the score is, let's say, 89, which is crazy. And we submit. We have a page expired. There's one thing that we always have to add when we're dealing with forms. It's the CSRF token, cross-site request forgery, CRSF token. So this is very important, and let me take us back here. If we inspect element, view source code, view page source, we see that there is, let's look at this now, right? We see that our action goes to this route, but there's no token. So if we save this and we refresh, we notice one thing has been added, this input field. So this helps Laravel to verify that this request is a valid request and it's coming from a verifiable source for most post operations. So this is what you just need to do. Add CSRF, cross-site request forgery. That's what it means. You can read more about it. So if we refresh this, we'll say Martin Doe, and we'll say 89, and we'll submit. Yes, we are in storing. We are storing. But then, how do we pull the information from the form? So by default, I'm sure you remember that you use the super global post, right, to extract information. But with Laravel, you can use there's an injectable class that you can use, requests. So this request class, this one, illuminate HTTP request, helps you to get a lot of stuff about requests. It helps you to get the IP address, it helps you to get the headers, it helps you to get the post parameters, and a couple of others. So for now, we want to see everything that is inside that has been submitted through the form. So we do that by, we can call it, let's say data is equal to request all. So when you say request all, it pulls the data, and if you can say data, we'll see that, okay, we have this. So this is actually information that was submitted, right? This information that was submitted through the form. So we have the name, we have and the score. We have the name and the score, so we can do that through our array. We remove this or comment this out. Remember, we said if we want to create a new object, we can say student is equal to new student, right? Yes. And we say student name. So since we had our data object here, we can say data, also a data array, not object, name, students, score. Oops. Great. So we are extracting the name from the data array and the score from the data array, and we're setting it here. So you can do it either like this or like this. Students name is equal to request name. So either this option or this option still works. So because with the request you can get the name and whatever properties you get. But I prefer this second option because it will be used better when we're doing validation. So when we do this, we'll just say echo, let's say we die down. So this is what we have inserted into our database. So if we save this and we refresh, so we have inserted new data onto our database. So this is the data. Let's check our phpMyAdmin. If we refresh this, we'll see that Martin Doe has been added. We come here, we go back, we say Juliet Moore. Juliet Moore has, let's say, 34, and we submit. It's inserted. We check on our database, and it's inserted here. So we want to do now one more thing. We say when the data is inserted, we just want to redirect the user to our list of students page so we can see the list of students. So we'll say return redirect route. And what is the name of the route for the list of students? The name is students, right? So we're redirecting to the students route. I'm sorry if I went a bit fast there. So we're saying that after you've inserted the data, redirect to a particular route which has a name students. So we check here, the route that has name students is showing us an index page that has a list of students, right? I'm sure that's cool. So we come here and we say, we go back, we refresh the page, and we call, let's say, Philharmony, right? And we say the score is 23, and we'll submit, and it comes to this page. So we'll see that, oh, we have Philham has been added, right? But then it's added and it's shown at the bottom. We want to show it at the top. So we'll come here and then we'll change the order by, we'll order by ID, and it will be descending from the first, from the most recent, that's on the highest ID, to the least ID. So if we refresh this, we'll see that our Philham is at the top. So we'll say new student, we'll say let's say Eugene Martin, and then we'll say ID 90, score 90, we submit. We see that we have Eugene Martin has score 90. We create another one. Bless Manka has this of 24. Submit. So you see that the data is being added to the database using your form, and you can always obviously check on your phpMyAdmin to see that the information is being added accordingly. Yes, so far we've been able to add information to our database, pull information from our database, create new tables, filter information, and many more stuffs on using Laravel, Eloquent, or RM.